Hello everybody, welcome to my latest video. This is going to be a playthrough series on Smalland, a game I have covered on the channel previously, especially routes for pyrite, etc. But this is going to be a playthrough starting from the beginning, mainly because there have been a number of changes, not just for taming, but also for crafting, repairing. To be honest, there's so many, it's unbelievable. So sit back, relax, and let's get into the actual gameplay. First game I've played, well, it's not the first game I've played, but it's the first of this type of game I've played since my Towers of Agasba gameplay playthrough, I suppose. Series, I suppose, is the better term. I have played this quite a bit before. I've nearly finished it, but I have never actually completed it. But hopefully, my intro narrator has pointed out that I'm doing this because I actually jumped back into this after finishing Towers of Agasba and realised that loads of things had changed since the last time I'd played. And to be honest, my character wasn't really set up for those changes, so I hadn't been storing the resources, etc. And I thought, rather than taking an endgame character and just starting to gather a load of resources that I've never really considered before, I'd just start again and maybe do a playthrough, because I'm going to be discovering some things as I go, the same as you will be. So, yeah, decided to start again. There are obviously some things that I know, but because I haven't played for such a long time, the other problem with using my endgame character was I couldn't remember half of the buttons or how to do stuff, so I was just getting killed all the time. At least this is going to ease me back into it. Now, Smalland in and of itself is quite a long game, just going on my original game. So it's going to be fun. I think this has definitely got more of a survival style building mechanic. So from previous playthroughs, unless they have changed it, which I'm not going to say they haven't, it's quite possible they will have, you can build any way you want, but the majority of buildings that you will keep, I suppose, are on great trees, because you can actually transfer those between servers. So if you're playing multiplayer, your tree can be transported to a different server, which is great. Any buildings that you put just down on ground level cannot be transferred, so that's something to keep note of. They have changed, I know, from looking at developer blogs and the Discord, etc. They have changed it that your base can now be raided by creatures, similar to what Grounded does, to be fair. I've never experienced that, and my base was definitely not set up for that in my original little... I managed to block. Yes. I didn't block. No. Or again. I thought I was so going to die. That's new. All of these being highlighted in a different colour. I'm pretty certain in Pixie Sense or Antenna Vision, whatever you want to call it, I'm pretty certain that everything previously was just in this white colour. I don't think anything was highlighted in different colours before, so that's nice to see. And now I can't remember at all what I was talking about, so yeah, the last thing I remember was talking about the fact you can't move bases when they're on the floor. But yeah, the taming has changed, so completely. Before, you just kind of got them down to almost no health, and then it was relatively simple to tame them. Whereas now I think you need traps and bait and all sorts of things, which again I've never done before. You can now repair inside your inventory rather than having to go to a workbench, which is quite useful, but you have to repair using a repair kit, which you craft. So there is a negative of repairing in the field. Although I'm not quite sure how much of a negative it is, because although you could repair minor damage for free, you still had to use resources to repair heavy damage in the at the workbench. So I'm wondering whether repair kits will actually repair all damage, because if they do end game, that might be a much better method, because you don't have to use like main resources, you just use repair kit resources. I don't know. We will have to see, won't we? I do not remember Pixie Sense showing all of this much information. I'm pretty certain it only showed mild amounts of information previously. This seems to be quite heavy. Oh, blocked. I always forget the timings on the ants because they're a bit weird, especially as they're two different attacks. They have those pronounced heavy attacks, but their light attacks just kind of like happen. They don't telegraph them at all. Or if they do, I'm not quick enough to notice. Just never. Let's get you as well. Yes. Oh, 2 in a row. Oh, that was a non-telegraphed one. And I've leveled up. Attributes. Oh. Where are attributes? Get that thing out the corner. Oh, there they are. Behind the box. Now, what do I put them into? I know what each of them does, but I don't know which one to pick because I don't know how much effect they have. Don't think badly on me. I investigated what each does, and basically it's strength for damage, intelligence for crafting, and also it adds to armor, and endurance for stamina so you can run away. Constitution, which would give you health, is great if, when you're starting out like me, you keep getting hit, but hopefully towards end game you will end up blocking or dodging most of the attacks anyway. That's the idea and thought process. So being able to run away is much more important than being able to absorb damage. Kind of makes sense. Although, if I remember rightly, the end boss, when I tried to fight him the first time I ever played, which he's probably completely different again, he was just completely owning me, and didn't matter how much health I had, I just ended up dying. So we will see. But yeah, in intelligence, as soon as you get over 80, starts to affect the quality of anything that you craft. So if you want to be able to get legendary, epic, or mythical items, basically you need to have intelligence of over 80, preferably 100. What I understand, if I remember correctly, you get 300 skill points in total, because I think you get 3 per level. And there's 100 levels, so you can in essence max 3 of your stats or spread it across multiple. I'm going to max those 3 and ignore dexterity, which is just running speed. I'm not overly fussed because I can get creatures if I want to like go places. And also constitution is just health, so I think the other ones are better. There we go. So we've got simple bed, workbench, campfire, and simple chest unlocked. Now, an incubator? That's new. Now, what I want to do is, it looks like it's starting to get dark, and previously the creatures went mad during the night, so all of the ladybugs disappeared. Ladybirds if you're in the UK, by the way. All of the ladybugs disappeared and turned into night ladybugs, which I've never heard of, nocturnal ladybugs, I should say. And they were mean. They would literally attack you on sight. And I always felt bad about attacking ladybugs, but those things were horrific. So I am going to build a very, very rudimentary shelter here, just as a respawn point, because otherwise I respawn all the way back at the beginning, and a base of operations until I manage to get further on. So the chances are I'll use this place like once or twice maybe, but at least it will give me a respawn. Sort this one out. Right, structures, campfire, first and foremost, collision. Image used to towers of a Gasper. I was trying to raise it up out of the ground. Oh, do you know what? I did not realise that amber and black stripe was you can use this. I thought that was still having a problem. I was expecting it to turn green. Oh dear. Right, how do I... Okay. Still seems quite far away. Stick that there. Okay. What have we got? Wood spikes. Again. Never had those before. What are those like? Crafting timers are still there. I know when this game had just come out, there was no crafting timer. It literally just made whatever you wanted instantly, and a lot of people complained about that. The fact that they'd added these timers. I personally have no problem with it. It makes sense to me. If you're making something this size, it's going to take a little bit of time. No structural support. Whoa. Those things seem buried in the floor. Is that just me? Okay. Useful tools for defending your... Defending a great tree encampment or for fighting creatures in the wild. Once deployed, defensive traps cannot be dismantled or repaired. Well, that's not very good. So that's now going to be stuck there forever. Not a big fan. Right. So, there we go. Now, I used to have it that my door, not the doorway, but my door, always used to say, not sheltered, which these are all saying it at the moment because I have no... Oh, wait. But yeah, even with a roof on, it used to say, not sheltered, and anything that's not sheltered basically takes weather damage, unless it's a roof. Roof is the only thing that can be not sheltered and not take weather damage because it's specifically designed for that purpose. So it was quite annoying that my door I always had to repair because just for some reason said not sheltered, which is crazy. Is that even the right one? I don't think that's the... There it is. Yeah, it wasn't the right one. Does that need to be turned slightly? Right? No, that's right. There we go. 4 of those up, and then at least I've got my basic building done. The door might be useful. Let's put the workbench inside first, though. Let's break that down. Bits up. Now, I got used to this originally, you have to hold down the triangle button when you're harvesting or destroying something, because then it automatically picks the bits up. If you don't, they drop on the floor, interestingly. Let's put a bed as well, because that will then make this our respawn location. Okay, at least I'm going to get out the right side of the bed rather than into the wall. Chest as well. Answer, of course, is no, it won't. Hopefully it'll go down. Yes, it will. Not sure I like that yellow and black stripes. Where's the door? Put a door on. Let's put a door on. There we go. Awesome. There you go. Oh. So that's not sheltered. Everything else is, but now the door surround isn't sheltered. Even though it's literally right next door. Everything else was put down before the roof was put on, so it's not the fact that it was put there before the roof was put on. Do you know what? I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to leave it. My first little shack. Yes. Ant skewers. Let's do some ant skewers. Make myself some food. Oh, that's interesting. Autofill fuel. So before you had to put fuel in the device, you had to transfer fuel. So even if it was in your inventory, you went to cook something, it would say no fuel and you would have to transfer it manually. If you didn't have it on you and it was in a chest nearby, you would still have to go to that chest and get it. So I'm hoping that autofill takes it from chests as well. If it does, that's amazing, because that means you just stick it in one central location and then it just snowflake, and then it just puts what you want where you want, if that makes sense. That's brilliant. I like it. Okay, incubate it. Used to incubate. Now I know you used to get like insect eggs, those little green sphere things. You incubate those now. That's a bit weird. How do you know what creature you're going to get, or is it potluck? Because every creature used to drop those little green eggs. Not all the time, obviously, but... Rasen. Let's go get some rasen. As they used to say in Waterworld. Sorry, old reference. 1990s film. Movie for Americans. 1990s movie. Very good movie. Very good film. Kevin Costner when he was actually pretty decent at acting. So, there's been a lot of changes since I last played. Hopefully, at some point, I will get the guy that I used to play Smalland with, Volgaz. If I can get him online, I'll include him in the videos. I have no problem doing that, and I don't think he'd mind either, although you might not be able to hear him, because for some reason, recording somebody else is quite difficult. On PlayStation, at least. It's not on PC, but on PlayStation it's extremely difficult to record somebody else's voice. Even if they say that they are allowing and you say to allow, even so it does seem to be a bit more of a problem. I forgot you could play this in first person. I might try playing all of this in first person, because my original playthrough was in third person. Wow, this feels like a different game. Oh, I'd forgotten to activate it as spawn point. Note to anyone else watching, make sure you activate the spawn point when you place a bed, because if you don't, it's not going to do anything. Wood sword, let's make one of them. Because I know ants, for example, are susceptible to slashing damage, so it should help. If I run out of materials. That's probably the fact it's already crafting. So repair kits, fibre, wood and resin. That's the only thing that they require. So back to what I was saying before, if it does require, or if it does fix all damage, that will be interesting. Because they are relatively simple materials to find. So if you're trying to repair a metal sword, rather than finding metal, is it called metal in this? Whatever it's called. Rather than having to try and find that metal, you can just use a repair kit that uses fibre, resin and wood. That seems like a pretty good trade. Oh dear. Right. Yeah. It's annoying you can't get rid of them, but... Yay! Mushroom steak. Right, let's put food there. Move everything together, put the healing at one end and the food at one end. The same end, I should say. And then just all tools and weapons at the other end. Okay. Really is quite a different feel when you play in first person. I've forgotten just how much. I don't know why I didn't play first person in my... I cannot remember whether grasshoppers are hostile. Hoping then they don't appear to be. No. Bug's lymph node. So, I think with my hatchet, I can... Yes, I can. So the mauve plant, I can... Oh, old triangle. The mauve plant, I can chop down with a entry level, and it gives me wood, fibre, wood and fibre. Wood and fibre again. Oh, petals as well. Quite nice. So, although I said at the beginning I'm not going to show you all of the harvesting, my intention is not to for most of it, but obviously when you first start out, you don't really have much else to do, especially as you're trying to gear up. And everything I'm doing at the moment is helping me gear up. I know it doesn't look like it, but without that wood and fibre, I can't build any base structures, any equipment. I mean, obviously, I'm only using very, very basic equipment at the moment because I have no even medium resources. They're all entry-level resources, but I think it's good. It's good to show because I'm probably In fact, I'll stick some of this stuff inside the chest. And once I've done that, I might just go try and reach Hearn. Maybe. Repair some stuff. In fact, I'll make some repair kits. 5 maybe. Oh, they did quick. So 5 of those. Oh yeah, put stuff in here. Mainly put stuff in here because I'm not going to use a lot of it. I can always potentially come back for it anyway. Oh no, I need to take out that wood because I do use it for crafting. Yeah, it just saves me having to carry it all round. Oh, my sword. No, kits. Organise, that's it. Weird. Right, where's Hearn? He's over here. Can I get up here? How do I... What? Oh, I was going to say why am I not jumping? Nope, I can't get up there. It's a bit steep. So, if I remember rightly, I've got quite a long way to get to Hearn. So he's not right at the bottom of one of the great tree things. He's kind of like level with the... It's hard to explain. So he's kind of on a platform around the base of a tree, but not right at the bottom. Weird. I don't know how to explain it any better. So I might just get my first real quest after this one, of course, because this one is just going to speak to Hearn. I mean, the funny thing is, when you first talk to the guy, right at the start, you say, I'll gather some resource and be back, and then you never go back, because even if you do go back, he just says, hi, have you spoken to the captain? It's like, well, no, because I said I'd get these and come back. But there's no point in going back to him at all. This feels really weird, knowing a lot about a game, but at the same time, knowing not much about the game, because... What the hell? Where is that noise coming from? Did you lot hear that? It sounded like I was being attacked by an ant, but... It would help if I did put my sword on. Right. Yeah. But anyway, knowing a lot about a game, but then not actually knowing much because so many things have changed. It's really weird. Oh, there we are. Whoa. That is some pretty insane... Oh, God. I can't even speak. I am still using the buttons from Towers of Agasba, so that's why I'm all over the place at the moment. So I was trying to pick the items up. Pick up in Towers of Agasba is circle. Unfortunately, circle in Smalland is dodge. So I tried to pick up the stuff and instead dodged out the way of it, which did not help. Yeah, when button combinations are different, it does make things quite difficult. Feed myself and heal myself. I like the fact you can actually see yourself wrapping bandages around you. That's quite nice. I know you get that in first-person shooters, but first-person shooters and racing games are basically the graphics powerhouses. Powerhouses. Because they are very much almost, well, racing games are usually set on a track, let's face it, so they can be a little more structured in their graphics. You do find the open world races are never quite as good as the track races. Just like shooters, if you get a story shooter like the old Battlefields or Call of Duty, they're always kind of a graphical showcase for systems. Whereas your open world shooters are not quite as good because they have to focus more on loading times and things like that rather than just having raw graphics power. So, no idea why I was talking about that, but yeah. I think lack of sleep and I don't remember this being here before. Oh. Ant boy. Yes. Oh, good God. Ow. Oh, I did it again. I've literally just been talking about not using circle. Muscle memory is a pain. Always wear the appropriate clothes. Okay, I will do. Do not worry. He is... I'm sure that is in a different area. I'm sure Hearn was not up here before. What I might do is I might go and have a look at one of my previous videos to see whether it shows where he is, and just see where he is and confirm that either on a handy voiceover or in my next video, depending on how it all plays out. So I'm pretty certain I kind of carried on along that path rather than turning right. I turned right to come up here, and all of these mushrooms went there. And to completely relocate somebody is quite a big thing, because I seem to remember I had to cross a stream to get here before, to get to Hearn. I literally had to cross a stream. Right, so there's a light over there, and there's... So I'm just following the multiple lights, because it seems to me to indicate multiple lights are highlighting a path, and it's quite a well-trodden path as well. But when you're trying to highlight it... Is that him? Now, he was definitely not like this before. 100% not like this before. Okay. Reporting on behalf of my superior Hildred. Great tree encampment location added. Okay. So Elder Ludwig was underneath the tree that Hearn was standing next to. I'm guessing Ludwig is not underneath this mushroom. Please make me some padded armor. I can only afford to get one piece of armor. So do I go braces, breeches, or wrap? I am going to go with the wrap because it's got the highest defense and thermal protection. See, gearing up already. Oh, I remember. Starting armors look pretty rubbish. Scarf doesn't even go down his back. How disappointing. Right, so where is Ludwig? Ludwig. No, he's definitely not near us. Ooh, resin. I'm not going to do it again, don't worry. Oh. How far away? Holy shit, that's definitely not normal. Let's go get this resin. So resin has multiple decent uses. That doesn't look like hollow to me, so how is the resin inside the tree? I mean, resin would be inside a tree, don't get me wrong, but how is hardened resin inside a tree? That's mildly disappointing. Ooh. Be rude not to. So I think what I might do is I might carry on until I find Ludwig, and then probably end this episode there. Because to be honest, I'm extremely tired and I want to get to bed. And I have been playing now for 40 minutes, 50 minutes, which doesn't sound like a lot, but this is of this game, and I have been playing other things beforehand. So the reason I said 40 minutes is because that's quite long for a video, and I don't think I've got much that I can cut out. Because like I say, the starting thing, I think it's mostly about getting resources, so seeds and fibre. Seeds. I know seeds are used for making flour later on, but I can't remember what else. I have an impression, a feeling that it is extremely important. And there was never this amount. I mean, this is ridiculous amount of resource. Like really early on. I'm guessing they've had to do this because I'm guessing that the bait that you now have to make to tame creatures is quite difficult to make. I don't know because I've not done it, but we'll see. Right. Oh god, two at once. Please, little. Excellent. Let's just go crazy. So that was incubate creatures by putting corresponding egg or infant into an incubator. Can be built in your tree encampment. During incubation, creatures will attack your encampment. Oh well, that's helpful. Right. So that's what the incubator's for. But you get attacked. So I guess incubating early game is probably not a good idea. I might try it just to see what happens, and do it with a very small base. Put a load of spike walls around it, for example, just to see what it does. Yes, still so far away, and it's getting dark, and it's not a good idea to be outside in the dark in Smalland. I must admit that I'm surprised I haven't had a storm yet. Storms being a very, very big part of the game when I first started playing. In fact, I remember that I hadn't even got my base down fully when a storm hit and I started taking damage, and I had to run inside my base while I was constructing it, just to hide up a corner, because I only had one ceiling piece. That was hilarious. Generally drop at night, build a bed. I already have built a bed. It's quite a way away. But... torches! These indicate I'm on the right track. Although they seem to be going to the right. Pretty certain. It was showing me Herne was down here. Oh, he's definitely under it. So this might be the tree that I originally went to with Herne at it. Did I say Herne meaning Ludwig? I can't remember. Oh, too tired. Did it? What? It's not showing Ludwig ahead of me. He's behind me. Oh, okay. Completely the wrong area. Bruh. Almost fell off. These trees and bushes seem to be shaking quite a lot. Centerful? Oh my god, Sentinel Oliver. And more resin. Did I miss a piece back there? Yes, I did. Okay. There he is. The Elder Ludwig.
And this does look like the perfect place to leave this game. So, a lot had changed from my first playthrough of the game. And, I mean, the placement of one of the major starting NPCs was just baffling. I was not expecting that sort of change. I can understand changes to core gameplay, but location of NPCs was just something new. The whole incubation system does seem relatively interesting, and I do look forward to trying that out, but it's definitely not going to happen in this episode. So if you are looking forward to seeing that, then please make sure you do click the like button, subscribe if you are new to the channel, and please leave me a comment down below. Just let me know you are interested. And with that, I'm going to go. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I really do appreciate it, and I look forward to seeing you for my next video very soon. You all take care. Bye for now.